Well, up there a few miles north is where the elephant seals are and Hearst Castle, and right down here is this lovely seaside setting, and wrapped around it is the town of Cambria, or Cambria, depending on how you look at it. It's a local controversy we'll look into in just a second. But one thing is for certain, this setting inspires artistic souls.
This is probably the most inspiring place, at least for outdoor painters, like we all are.
It's a beautiful thing.
Magnificent.
These are the Wednesday Irregulars, a fun-loving, nature-adoring faction of Cambria's large community of artists. Today, their watercolor creations are being inspired at Leffingwell Park. The sometimes solitary pursuit of plein-air painting is quite collegial out here. Mary's work right here, Mary. What do you guys think? How would you guys go about this?
The design is beautiful. It's very nicely done.
I think your horizon could be a little straighter, Mary.
That's his
Either that or you'll have to frame it crooked.
Art Van Ryn is the group's leader. Well, sorta.
I'm not a leader. This has no leader. You cannot lead this group. It's like herding buffalo. It can't be done. We usually spend a half an hour arguing over where we're going to go.
But none of the Irregulars ever argues about the natural beauty around here. And they all seem to like the town itself. Much of Cambria is nestled in a valley among pine-covered hills. This is one of the main streets, lined with boutique shops and art galleries galore. Art Van Ryn's had his studio in the area since 1985. This is a shopper's paradise, attracting people from everywhere. But it's also a real community.
Hi, Mike. Good to see you.
Our favorite cartoonist.
Where everyone knows everyone else.
Mark, good to meet you. So we can't even stand on the street here for more than 22 seconds without somebody stopping by that he knows.
Well, that everybody knows. It's
Small.
Such a small world that after a couple of hours, I seem to know everyone too. But long before all of this, Cambria was already on the map. At first, it was a lumbering center called Slab Town. By 1869, the name was changed to Cambria and went on to become a hub for mining and ranching. Some of its historic buildings have been preserved.
That's the Squibb House, and built in the 1870s.
And some are overnight accommodations. Hotels and restaurants abound. Nowadays, Cambria is a major tourist destination, a little like Carmel. Art shows me some of his favorite haunts. The Pewter Plough Playhouse has been an institution in Cambria since 1976. It's an old home converted into a sophisticated community theater and elegant watering hole.
I see it as one of the anchors to the community. You talk about anchor stores. I think this is one of the anchor activities in this town.
And on the other side of town is Heart's Ease, a gardener's delight.
Sharon Lovejoy bought the property from Angela Lansbury and turned it into this mecca, this wonderful, wonderful area.
Right across the street is Seeker's Gallery, one of the world's largest collections of American glass art.
Oh, look at the glasswork in here.
Now, this is the place I always keep my hands in my pocket and my elbows close to my body.
One sweep of the arm would be
Very expensive. This is as good as it gets. This is museum level.
Everyone seems to agree that this town has much to offer.
To me, it's Cambria or Cambria.
But how to pronounce its name is something else again. And so we come to the great Cambria controversy. Art prefers Cambria.
But a lot of people say, wait a minute, it's Cambria. I've heard this for decades, Cambria.
I think this whole thing came by some radio announcer picking it up, mispronouncing it, and changed several generations of people. Turn them wrong.
Really distorted an entire...
Destroyed it, not distorted it.
So for some, it's Cambria, and for others, it's, well, whatever you call it. It sure is a beautiful town in a picturesque setting. No wonder 90-year-old Mary Cole moved here in 1959.
I like the small town feeling and the
wild country behind. We had a 80-acre ranch in the middle of the Hearst Ranch.
Right up by the Hearst Castle.
Well, we looked down on the castle. It was way up in the hills. And
It was sort of a little bit in the way of your view.
yeah, it was.
Out here, the view's the thing, and you don't need a castle to have one. Everybody seems to agree. For more information on Art Van Ryn's gallery, call 805